Hi, my name is Jim, and today I'm going to show you how to create your own custom map tour in ArcGIS.com. So what you see on the home page of ArcGIS are some map tours that other people, or story maps that other people have created, and we're going to make one that's similar to that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sign in with a personal account. And anybody can create a personal account. So all you have to do is go to ArcGIS.com and create an account. You don't need the 30-day free trial. That's for organizations. But you can create a public account right there. I already have one, so I'm going to use it. So now I'm signed in, and I need to get another resource in order to build my story map. The place I find that is at storymaps.esri.com. You'll see a whole host of story map examples on this site. What I'd like to do though is I'd like to download a story template. I don't really need to download it because I'm going to use a template that's online, and the one that I'm looking for specifically is this storytelling map tour template. Let's go to details and download. And you'll see right away this takes us back into ArcGIS.com, and there's a hosted version that has an interactive builder, so I can create a map tour right now. So I don't need to download anything, I don't need to install anything on a web server, I don't need to write any special code. I can just start building this map tour. So why don't we give that a shot? So as it's loading, the first thing it's going to ask me for is where my images or videos are. And so I could load some from Flickr or Facebook or Picasa, maybe some videos from YouTube. But I have my own website, and I'd like to use the images that are hosted there. So I'm going to choose my advanced options. And here I can either just start the new tour, where I can create an empty tour and customize it as I go, or I can build a CSV file, a spreadsheet of all the right content, and I can download that CSV template from here if I want to. But I'd just like to start the new tour. So now what it's done is it's launched this interactive builder, and the images I want to get, let me jump over to that website for a minute. They're from a botanical garden in southeastern Pennsylvania called Longwood Gardens, and so I was out there taking some pictures, and I've got a bunch of holiday lights photos that I want to bring in. I'll bring them in one at a time, and I'll show you how that works. That's a good one. Maybe I want that one. But anyway, back to my map tour. First, I need to do a couple things. One is I'm going to go to zoom in on a location where I'm finding a map. And the way I'm doing the zoom by rectangle here is I hold down the Shift key on my keyboard and drag out a rectangle with my mouse. So I'm zooming down into southeastern Pennsylvania. And right in about that geography, we'll probably see Longwood Gardens. There it is. So now I have a topographic based map, and it's not very informative. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to change that to imagery. So now I can see a nice aerial photograph of Longwood Gardens. So zoom in a little tighter, and then I'm going to change a setting for my story map. And you see the extent tab here. I'm going to say use the map tour extent. You see I just drew that rectangle that's on that corresponds to the extent of the map on my screen. So I'm going to apply that. So that's going to help me out with setting the context where I'm going to be adding photos. So next is I'm going to change the title, and I'll call it something like my holiday type tour of Longwood Gardens. And then as a subtitle, I'm going to add 2013 Christmas lights. So this is pretty simple so far, right? We haven't done anything that requires JavaScript or HTML coding, anything like that. But as I make changes, you see that I'm told here that I have 5 unsaved changes so far, and the tour is not saved. So I'll get to saving it in just a moment, but where it's going to save it to is that ArcGIS.com account that I created. So now I'd like to add an image. So when I click the Add button, I get this Add a New Tour Point dialog that shows me a Media tab, an Information tab, and a Location tab. So now I'm going to go back over to my image gallery here. I'm going to click on this image, and then this is an image in a SmugMug gallery, but you can use pretty much any one that's out there. And I'm just going to right click on that image and copy the image URL. So when I go back to the map tour and paste my large images in here, and it's asking for a thumbnail too. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to choose my small image. And some information about this. This image is a view from the main fountain garden of the Longwood Gardens Conservatory. So I'm going to call this one Fountains View. And then the location for this, you'll see that I've got the map here that I'm working with. And this was shot right down in here. That's where I was standing when I took that photo. And so I add my tour point. And now you see the image shows up here, the thumbnail's down in this pane below, and the point is on the map. Let's add another one. So I had a bunch of great photos from this evening. Let's add this one. This is a gardener's tree. And I'm going to choose my large size image, and I copy my URL back over here, paste that one in there, change my image size to small, copy my image URL, gardener's tree, and I'm going to set my location for that one. That was down here at the end of this walk. I'm going to zoom in and make sure I got it in the right spot. Let's add another one. How about this one? I like this one. So once again, I'm going to click on that and then choose a large size, copy the image URL, go back over here and I add it in. Change it to my small for my thumbnail. I'm going to call this one Holiday Reflections. And the location for this one is going to be way down here. Right down in there. Let's add another one. This one, I think I'm going to choose one that was inside the conservatory. Yeah, how about that one? Large, copy the URL, go to small, copy the URL, and we'll call this one Art from Apples. Location for this one is in the main conservatory, and it's right about here. So now I've got several images, and maybe I'd like to change the organization of those images. So I'm going to organize, and I'd like to have this one before that one. I can apply that. And you'll see that change down here, change the numbering in the map. Among my other settings, maybe I'd like to change my colors. I have a, let's say, I'd like to use this blue palette, but I can come down here and I can change this to whatever I'd like it to be. So my banner color, maybe I'd like it to be like a dark red, and then my image background, maybe that should be something of a dark green because we're doing a holiday, and then I'd like maybe a lighter green for the image background and pane at the bottom of the screen. And you see how that works out. Now I still have 11 unsaved changes and the tour is not saved. So now I'm going to save it. And I get this this dialog that pops up and tells me it's been successfully saved. So it's saved in my ArcGIS Online account. The images stay on the source website. They're not imported to ArcGIS Online at all. And so I can close this. If I need to get back to the builder interface, I can use that tiny URL, or I can go into my ArcGIS Online, my content. And now it's saved, but it's not shared. So I'm right now I'm the only person that can see it. Share this and say I'd like to share it publicly, so everybody can see it. Now that I've shared it, I'd like to open it. So this is the experience that everybody gets to see when they take a look at my photo tour online. So over here in the map, I can zoom in, or I can use that rectangle like I did before, the shift-click methodology. And as I change my image, I can navigate them using the bottom of the screen here, or I can zoom out and then maybe I'd like to just click on that image or click on that point. And if I'd like to see one of these images larger, I just click right on it and it gives me a larger size focus view on the image itself. So really it's not very hard at all to create a map tour in ArcGIS Online. I'd encourage you to try it, use some of your own photos, and see what kind of results you get. Thanks a lot for watching today.